this is a live demonstration of a customer service for banking, as Milena mentioned, that can be easily adapted for other industries as well. And you will see a real conversation that covers an end-to-end onboarding process up to loan assessment or up to loan disbursement, processes that are happening in the back office, mediated by the chatbot as well, who will play the role of the concierge, guiding the user to select the product, to do the loan calculation. It also does lead capturing, helping the client to electronically sign the documents within the chatbot itself. And bear in mind that even if we discuss about a demo chatbot, about a sample chatbot developed on DRUID platform that is automating financial, let's say, customer interaction processes, it can be extended to endless possibilities. And as I mentioned previously, to different industries as well, due to the flexibility DRUID chatbot platform offers in terms of configuration, and also in terms of integrations with third-party systems that are in customer in the customer infrastructure. So the platform is omni-channel for the customer, and as you can see, the chatbot can be deployed on various channels, not only on WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger, but web chat, Viber, Google Chat, Telegram. If we discuss about external channels, are fully supported. I can play and have several roles, different roles in my user journey. So depending on the role I select, of course, the user journey will be adjusted. I can be the client with the online account, so existing client. I can be, let's say, the traditional client without online account. I can even be a legal entity, okay, and only a visitor asking information about the products, about the ongoing campaigns, and so on. I will start with the role of an existing customer from a web channel. Let me insert my credentials. Email address and as well the PIN. What I want to mention here is that, let's say in terms of security, the chatbot can be integrated in direct line channel. In web with a single sign-on of the application or of the portal, the user is identified automatically as an existing one. As well, let's say now I talk to my personal assistant that will provide assistance and guidance in the process. So the chatbot, let's say, interacts with the page where it's embedded to do the filtering. It is a guided conversation filtering, for example, the core systems, or to retrieve product catalogs in order to see products in place. And now if we are taking a look at the account information, we can see that what we mentioned earlier, the powerful integration with third-party systems in order to retrieve information about contracts, about invoices, payments, and so on. And this is, let's say, that we have the low-code, no-code configuration platform that can easily integrate to any system. And we are focused to support the hyper-automation trend by performing REST APIs-based automation and also performing integration with RPA technologies. So imagine that we have in our app store around 10,000 common questions asked by the customers, grouped in more 100 ready-made FAQs flows. So we discuss about a complete chatbot toolset with natural language processing, with natural language understanding, with business entities, with analytics, with live chat, because I will play a different role at a later stage, and I will do the transfer to an agent, with analytics, as I mentioned, and much more. So what is very important is that me as a business user, I do not have to see, let's say, what is behind the scene, even if a lot of information, as you can see, is displayed within the chatbot, because all this is happening in the backend. So let's say if I'm looking at the complaints, all complaints or claims can be automatically recorded in ticketing systems. So for certain issues, let's say the chatbot can automatically offer resolution solutions. For others, it can put the client in touch with an agent in the call center. So based on the product that I select, the chatbot knows to route to different categories the specific claims or requests. Of course, the the charm, let's say, of the discussion resides in the fact that I can write free text. I want to see my contracts, or show me my contracts, or I want to instruct a payment, a fund transfer. I want to block my card. I want to unblock my card, and so on. So all these actions are triggered automatically and displayed to the user within seconds. So you can see that now I have access to my contract that has also leasing capabilities with all the information I need, and I can trigger a different action, like I want to see my last invoice, I require a new certificate, I want to update or terminate a contract, but for this I will have to electronically sign. I will showcase this at a later stage, or just in my simple use case, I want to see, let's say, my payment schedule, and this is generated by means of the document builder skill that we have in our platform. Okay, so now let me just move the header a little bit and come back to my chatbot. Okay, I will continue again, let's say, with the free text. I do not want to access the welcome flow menu. I will just say I want a loan, or I want a personal loan or a credit, because the chatbot recognizes the intent and launches the related dialogue. So you can see that I'm, let's say, automatically transferred to a guided conversation, and the options here that I'm displayed, the products that I'm displayed, are not hard-coded within the chatbot, because the chatbot dynamically generates conversation by means of integration. So the products are brought automatically by integrating internal systems. Let's do a pre-scoring. How much do you want to loan? Which is your initial down payment? Which is your net salary? Let's say as well, how many persons do you have in your household? And based on the information that I provided here, the products that I'm interested in are displayed. So bear in mind that here we can also ask for permission to integrate and to, let's say, interrogate, better said, fiscal authority or credit bureau and other internal or external systems in order to do, let's say, an initial assessment. I will move further with the first house product. I have a summary. I will have to insert further on, let's say, the financing period that I'm interested in. And you can see how easy the chatbot commutes from a text-based experience to a richer experience. So I can even play with the sliders, and based on the information that we have, based on the risk metrics that you have in place, the information will be updated automatically. So now I have again a summary of my product, and I can continue to come back to the simulator and let's say do again a simulation of other product. I can download the schedule to see it and to send it on my email. I can move on with the process of KYC and request online the product, transfer at any time to the agent in order to receive the help that I mentioned earlier from a live human. I will just move further with my use case. I will not do the transfer right now. I will do this at a later stage. Now, in order to continue with the process, I'll have to be to agree with terms and give my consent for GDPR. And we are GDPR compliant. We store the consent of the clients in our history conversation entity. Also, as a next step, I will have to upload or to take a picture of my ID. And in this case, you can see that we integrate AI technologies such as OCR of documents like IDs, passports, driving licenses. So this OCR service not only extracts the data, but it also does a validation. And we have here several options. We can use our own OCR engine, or we can use and integrate, as I mentioned, other providers. So in my use case, I will use, let's say, AI Fabric from UiPath, who will not only do a data extraction, but will also do a data validation. Is Ana Maria blacklisted? Is Ana Maria, I don't know, politically exposed person, and so on. There are several criteria on the validation that can be taken into consideration. So I'll move further with the information is extracted is correct. Of course, if it's not, I can upload again my ID. I confirm that I'm the credit holder, and the next step is to take, let's say, a selfie. And this is the step where face recognition is happening. We also support here active liveness or passive liveness. So it depends, let's say, on the risk appetite of our clients, how they want to implement this step. You can see that it's still, the chatbot still wants me to be redirected to a human and, let's say, receive help in order not to quit the process. I will not do this now because I will do the lead capturing. Insert email address, assuming that I'm, let's say, a potential client right now. And as well, the KYC is completed. But in order to move further, I will have to sign electronically a document that can be legally binding or non-legally binding. I agree once more with the terms and conditions of signing of the authority certification. So in few clicks, I will have, with a one-time password that I have just received on my phone, I will sign the document compliant and secured, and automatically I will receive it on my email. Now that I sign, I'll come back to my chatbot and I mention that the signing is complete. So you can see that I was asked for contact details. I had the validation that I can e-sign the documents, and the chatbot prepared the envelope, integrated the provider, and displayed the link within the chatbot itself where I signed. So the process, once more, is secured, and the access to the information is done via code sent by the chatbot on a different channel, so on an SMS in my case, and the documents are generated once more here with the help of our document builder. At this step, I will do the transfer to an agent. Bear in mind that I can start the long-running workflow, and I will switch, let's say, the customer persona. I will play the role of the loan analyst or of the loan manager who will do the whole assessment by means of the chatbot as well. But for our use case today, I will do the transfer to an agent. Once more, agree with the GDPR. And you heard a sound. Okay, now I'm playing the role of the agent, and I will connect. I can talk to multiple clients same time. Okay, and let's say this is our root to human ready-made application for call center agents or dedicated to subject expert matters. Let's say not only to call centers from the company who are willing to offer real-time advice to customer in need. And you can see that this live chat is mediated by the chatbot, who will still be present in the conversation offering support. So I have here as an agent all the information from the user journey, either authenticated or anonymous, and also it displays a holistic profile of the customer from CRM if I want to see account information, which are, let's say, the signed contracts, which are the products in place. Tell me more about my client, about the flex, age, citizenship, related accounts, alerts, and so on. So DRUID has prepared all this data set from the live conversation, and during the call, the chatbot retrieves data from different systems, saving clicks in different systems as well. So we also have built-in integration with RPA, both attended and unattended processes. For instance, if we discuss about unattended, I can trigger, let's say, a next best deal using a new iPad robot. Okay, the current offer is this one. There is a new offer available. Would you like to see it? Yes. And as well, it informs me that the offer is available for only 12 months and it will not be automatically prolonged. Would you like to activate it today? Taking into consideration that I have the consent of my customer, I can prolong the offer very easily. As well, trigger an attended process that will require as well my input, and this is very important because it will save, let's say, many clicks in different systems that I would have normally done. So I'm not touching the keyboard because the UiPath robot does this. It mimics all the clicks that I would have normally done in several applications, in CRM, in core banking systems, and so on. Okay? So the process is completed. Now I can come back to my customer. I have, let's say, defined messages. Hello, how can I help you? Or any other messages that I want to take into consideration here. And as well, this discussion is happening real time. But what is more important is that if you look further, you can see that I have the whole conversation history with this specific client. Okay, so let's say I will just move and disconnect at this stage. Let's say that my client is happy. I select a resolution, as you can see, so the agent employee can receive a customer resolution at the end of the conversation with the client, and all the information will be available in the dashboard. So coming back to the customer, now I change the roles. I also have to rate and to offer, let's say, my feedback related to consultant support. Let's say 5, I was very satisfied, and as well with the waiting time. So all this information will be triggered, as I mentioned, in the dashboard area in order to track KPIs, to track conversion rate, and customer satisfaction, and so on. So all the conversational flows that you have seen are fully customizable through a friendly, no-code user interface.